All right, let's talk about AI. But today, we're going to move past the same old debate about whether it's a helpful tool or some kind of world-ending threat. We're going to dive into a whole new way of thinking about our relationship with artificial intelligence, a way that might just completely change how you see the future of human thought itself. So to get us started, check out this quote from the amazing mathematician Terence Tao. He has this great way of putting it. He says, using AI for an instant answer is kind of like taking a helicopter to a beautiful waterfall. Yeah, you get there, you see the view, you get the selfie, but you miss the entire journey, the hike through the woods, the discoveries, the struggle. You got the result, but something about it just feels empty.
And that feeling, that taps into a really deep anxiety a lot of us are feeling right now. We've got this technology that is so powerful it can write poetry, create art, solve math problems we've been stuck on for ages. But in this race to the finish line, are we losing the one thing that actually makes the whole pursuit worthwhile?
You know, the truth is, AI is moving so fast that we can't just kick the philosophical questions down the road anymore. It is forcing us, right now, to face these huge, fundamental questions about what we're even trying to accomplish in our fields, whether you're a scientist, an artist, or anything in between.
All of a sudden, just getting the correct answer isn't good enough. We're being pushed to ask bigger questions. What makes a mathematical proof, beautiful or insightful? What makes a piece of writing truly move someone? AI can spit out the what, but it's forcing us humans to really focus on the why.
So who is actually tackling these massive questions? Well, this is where the story gets really, really cool. It's a team-up between two people from what feel like totally different universes, a world-class mathematician and a computational art historian. And believe it or not, their partnership is actually a huge clue to the solution. So on one side, you've got Terence Tao. His world is all about objective truths, proofs, and pure logic. And on the other, you have Tanya Clouden. She studies the deeply subjective, human stories behind art, and she uses computers to do it. It's this incredible blend of the super technical and the deeply human.
And this contrast shows you the different kinds of fears each side has, right? Mathematicians are worried about getting a wrong answer. Is the proof actually valid? But for humanists, like Tanya Clouden says, the fear is about AI just making things up, what we call hallucinating, and the murky ethical mess that creates. To really get a handle on this, we need a view that gets both sides of the coin.
Okay, so this brings us right to the heart of the matter, this core tension in how we experience AI. The journey versus the answer, because its power is both absolutely amazing and, honestly, deeply unsettling. So just imagine there's a math problem that the most brilliant people on the planet have been working on for generations, a massive, monumental challenge. And then an AI just generates a proof. I mean, it's the breakthrough everyone's been waiting for, right? But here's the twist. You get the proof, and it's just a wall of data. It works, but it's not elegant. It doesn't have that aha moment, that beautiful narrative of insight that a human-made proof would have. You got the answer, yeah, but you lost the story that gives the answer its meaning. Tanya Clouden has this absolutely brilliant analogy for this feeling. She compares seeing what AI can do to witnessing a total solar eclipse. It's an event that is so cosmically huge and overwhelming that it just kind of breaks your brain. You just shut down. And that's exactly it. Seeing an AI instantly write a flawless sonnet about something super complex or solve that impossible problem, that's the eclipse moment. It's so intense, it just bypasses our normal, rational thinking and leaves us stunned just wondering, how on earth is that even possible? So, if the old ways of thinking about AI are failing us, what's the alternative? Well, Tao and Clouden argue that we need to stop thinking about AI as just a tool we use and start learning how to relate to it as a totally new kind of collaborator. Think about it. The old model is basically treating AI like a calculator or a search engine. You bark orders at it and expect a perfect result. The new model? It's much more like managing a super smart but inexperienced intern. You have to guide them, build a relationship, understand their quirks. And suddenly, very human skills like teaching and patience become incredibly important. So this means we need new metaphors. Forget the magic black box. Instead, think of today's AI as, say, a brilliant but slightly clueless grad student who needs some direction. Or, as Clouden puts it, think of it like a developing child, something you have to learn about from the ground up, with a whole lot of patience. And you know, when people get frustrated with AI hallucinating, Clouden makes this amazing parallel to a toddler. A little kid who says something that's not true isn't trying to lie to you. Their grasp on reality is just different. And the idea here is that maybe we should afford AI that same grace, approach its mistakes not with frustration, but with a desire to teach and guide it.
And all this thinking leads to a really practical game plan. You start small. You test the AI on little tasks to just build a working relationship. Then, as you start to see good results and learn its quirks, you build trust. And eventually, this leads to true long-term collaboration, where you and the AI are creating something new together that neither of you could have possibly done on your own.
Okay, this brings us to the most powerful, most mind-bending idea in their whole paper. They call it a Copernican shift in how we look at intelligence itself. And honestly, this is a total game changer. For basically all of human history, we've had what you could call a geocentric or an Earth-centered view of intelligence. In this model, human intelligence is the sun. It's the center of everything. And every other kind of intelligence, whether it's an animal or a computer, is judged by how close it gets to our level. And this single-track model, well, that's where so much of the fear about AI comes from, right? It puts AI on this straight line from dumber than us to outsmart as us to eventually smarter than us. And if that happens, well, we become redundant. It's a zero-sum game we're destined to lose.
But the alternative they propose is this Copernican shift. Just like Copernicus showed us the Earth wasn't the center of the physical universe, this new model says that human intelligence isn't the one and only center of all intelligence. Instead, it's just one type of mind in a vast universe full of different kinds of minds.
And that one simple change reframes absolutely everything. It's not a competition on a single ladder anymore. It's an ecosystem. There's human intelligence, sure. There's computer intelligence, and, this is the most important part, the collaboration between them creates a third, totally new kind of intelligence.
And this is the truly optimistic vision here. This shift doesn't make humanity less important, it does the exact opposite. Like Tanya Cloughton says, it gives us the chance to embrace a much bigger, richer, more vibrant world of thought, opening doors we didn't even know existed.
So I'll leave you with this question. If we can let go of this idea that we have to be the sole center of the intellectual universe, and instead see ourselves as just one part of this huge cosmos of different kinds of minds, what incredible